regardless. So it's whatever you do, I will love you. And there's something called agape love.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Love. At the end of the day, this is the only love that I believe can ever sustain a marriage. And it's the sort of love that I believe that God has for us, which means that whatever you do, I will love you. It doesn't mean I like whatever you do, but I love you regardless. So that means that this is the person who might, excuse me to say, be unfaithful to you. This is, and listen, I think these are things that we need to talk about, because let's not be ignorant to it. I think Bob Marley once said something. He said, in life, everybody's going to hurt you. You just need to decide which ones are worth suffering for. And that is what it's all about. Marriage is basically saying you are someone that I will suffer for. Not to the point where it's to my detriment, because you are not my God, but it's to the point where I love you enough that I will take the good and the bad. And let's stop pretending that marriage is something easy, because it's not. It's a long journey. That's the same sex every day, unless someone watches 50 Shades of Grey. That is the same.
Darker, okay.
I'm being serious. This is someone who one day, when they're having a bad day, is going to come and speak any wahala to you. So it's like, Rock, am I really prepared to take it for this person? And if you are, then you make that choice. Again, not even because of you and man or you and woman, but because of you and God. So, as you said, I think, and as everyone said, it's the longest journey ever, but it's the covenant between you and God, where you're saying, God, this is the person I'm ride or die with.
Please.
And if you can't be loyal to God, bearing in mind there's no condemnation. There's no condemnation in the Lord or anything. But if you cannot make a promise to God and keep it, then already I think that's an issue.
And it's funny that you say that, because it says, Jesus said in Revelations that he's come back for his bride. Was it in Revelations, right?
Somewhere, I don't really, but I mean, but we know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you know, you don't read the Bible.
God, don't say
So
that.
it says he's coming back for his bride. So we all have a marriage with God. If you're a child of God, you have a marriage with him. Do you think God compromises any of his laws or any of his commandments because he loves us? He doesn't. He does not. He just loves us through it. And he just, you know what? I'm gonna forgive you for that. That's what agape love is. So marriage isn't a compromise, because God doesn't compromise his laws and his. It's not, love is not compromise.
I mean, you guys have just been
marriage is not a compromise. When you have to compromise, that friendship isn't a compromise. Believe it or not, a real friendship, you're not compromising. Compromising means you're losing out. You don't compromise. You compromise on your job. You compromise on your business. You compromise on different things and choices in life that you have to make in order to better or fix a situation at that time and moment. But not a relationship and not love.
Wow. I mean, you guys have really just said a lot, you know, and it's just like...
Because think about it. If God was to compromise your life right now, that would be
Please don't say that.
Unhealthy.
Don't say that, no.
Because we do stuff all the time, and he still wakes us up every day, and it's not like compromise. It's I love you enough. I love you through your mess, and I love you through your mess, and I'm still going to wake you up.
Wow.
I love you through your mess.
Exactly.
I love you through your mistakes, your flaws, your disgustingness. That is not compromise. That's me loving you.
Wow. You guys have actually said a lot. I mean, to me, imagine...
Compromise for what? What old girl say? She said compromise for what? For what reason?
I know, right? And I would say this, like, to me, marriage actually, like, to me, it felt like a big topic, you know.
It's a huge topic.
It is. I want to have, you know, kids. I want to have family. Like, I want to have, like, a good life, you know. But as growing up, I have to realize if I really want to have all these things, it's not going to come easily, one. I have to face, like, I have to go through, like, relationships that's actually going to prepare me for the final task, you know.
Yes.
I like that.
Marriage is actually, like you said, like you said, Eric, it's a union. It's between two people. You cannot be in a marriage and step. Now, I hate to use this as an example, but for example, like this whole Kevin Hart situation going on right now, it's just so unfortunate.
It is.
Sorry, what's going on? Can you explain it to me?
Well, he's married, and
his wife is pregnant, 7 months. And unfortunately for him, you know, he had a little sex experience with someone else who was not his wife.
Infidelity going on.
Yeah, so it's gonna like hard. I like the fact that he was a real man to come out and apologize. I mean, yes,
I hope he apologized to God first, because the fans, and that don't matter.
No, he actually apologized to his
he
wife
needs to
and
apologize
kids.
to his wife, but before he do that, he needs to get on his knees and apologize to God.
Yeah, and it's
that
difficult.
He didn't kill him because you made that cut. I'm telling you, a marriage is like being in like a game. Once you sign up for it, it ain't no gumming out. If you gonna come out, you gonna end up dead.
Hey, so if the people weren't going to blackmail him, would he have come out to apologize and shit?
Exactly.
That's my question.
Exactly.
That, I mean, I cannot answer.
Did his
for him.
publicist say that to make him look good in front of his people? Like, why did he really apologize?
But he said he actually had the people who actually are closer to him and love as much. So, I mean, I do understand. Like, you know, like I said, sometimes
judging.
No,
I'm not judging.
no judging.
No
but
judging,
sometimes,
like,
you know,
this is
my
Saturday
shit.
shit, so.
But listen, that's what I always say. Sometimes I might not really understand what you go through, but I can sympathize with you and make sure you okay.
And sprinkle some shade on it.
Yeah, sprinkle shade, like, you know, sprinkle this shit up, like, bam, bam, like, bam. You know, but like I want to have like, you know, a family. So I'm like, okay, if I want to have a family, I need to like get prepared. Like, no, I can't be having holes on the sides. I can't be doing dipping and dabbing all around. I cannot be doing that. I need to make sure I'm ready for this commitment. You know, I know a lot of people who are actually married now, getting married.
I know a lot of pastors that say it's okay to have a spare tire. Are you
Bitch, what?
Serious.
A spare
This
tie.
is what I'm trying to say. You know what? Don't follow anyone, do you?
Exactly.
Because if you follow people, especially, and funnily enough, I've had this very same experience when the people who portray to be so holy and so innocent are actually the ones who are asking you very inappropriate questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're thinking to yourself, well, does your wife know about these questions you're asking me about? And this is it. You know, I think this is it. We are all flawed. That's one thing that we need to accept. Your husband or your wife is not going to be perfect.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope.
And there's going to be times when you're going to see a really dark side of them.
Yeah.
Okay?
A test.
Exactly, it's a test. But I'm so happy with what you said, and it sort of aligns with one of my principles. I see it as, look, I'm not saying that my husband is not going to cheat. I'm not saying I'm not going to cheat. Only God knows. I would pray every day, which is why it's so important to have God in your relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so important that every day He guides me. He helps me steer away from temptation, because there are beautiful people everywhere.
Oh my
And we're all humans.
And
Say
We're
that.
all humans.
and
This
we
is
all
everyday
I have
struggle.
some online right now, like, you know, a whole plateau.
And the enemy is slick.
Exactly.
And that's when they come through.
And you know, and it's true. And I think that there's a known thing that some of my female friends say, that some women tend to only go for married men, and at the end of the day, and there's some men that are only attracted to married women. So even for that, even for you to be aware of that, as you said, you guys need to understand that you are soldiers on the battlefield. Okay, the battlefield is the world, but together you guys are soldiers. You guys are each other's army. Now, if you are going to allow someone to infiltrate us, that's why, you know what, when anything is infiltrated, it's the worst thing ever, because you have to work so hard to get it out. And when something's infiltrated, it's hard to, again, keep that unity, because this is someone who that now knows our secrets. This is someone who now knows our dynamics. This is someone who now knows the way we move, the way we flow. And you've allowed that person to infiltrate something that we've built years upon, something that we have worked hard for, not only for us, but God willing, our children. And you're now coming to tell me, because of what? A piece of tush-tush. Or because what? Excuse me to say, that the length of someone's pee-pee, that you are going to ruin years of our armyship based on what? Based on what? And it's so painful, guys.
Based on window shopping.
What? And I'm saying infiltration in any way. And I'm
Based on
talking
life
about
next.
Nigga.
This is it.
I
And
mean,
this
you
is
know
it.
what I meant.
And you know something? I think people always look forward to the good things in marriage. You know, the skipping, the singing in the morning, the breakfast in bed. But I think we need to start training ourselves for the bad stuff, which means maybe one day one of you is going to come and say, do you know what? I've just been made redundant. You know, it's like, what sort of response are you going to get back? from the other person, and that's what we're missing. We're missing that old school love that our parents used to have.
I know.
When my dad came and was like, look, babes, I've lost my job. They're sacking us. My mum was like, babes, it's okay, sit down. You know that money I always asked you for? I've got a little bit of a stash ready. You're still my king. You're still this. You're still that. But now it's like, what do you mean you've lost the job?
Once you lose your job, you lose your marriage.
You know, it's like, well...
When the honey goes...
You know, and this is it. It's like, what is it when we strip everything back, when we are naked, we have got nothing but a single bed, bread and butter on our plate? What have we got?
Oh my God, But you know what I really want to say, like, you know, we talked about marriage, right? But the fact that you guys actually brought up a lot of good points, which sometimes I hate to kind of like face the top. I hate to face it. Because, like, what's it called? Jesus said that, like, you know, even though he talked about marriage, he talked about, like, you know, Frenchmen and, like, other stuff that relate to it. Let me tell y'all, I really hate to face conflicts. I don't. I know myself, I don't.
I think you're only being human. We always try to avoid conflict in the best.
But sometimes, you know, it hurts more when it's like the people you feel like close to you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But sometimes, I mean...
that's the purpose, that's the design. It's not going to hurt if somebody don't know you. The enemy has to try you where it's going to be...
But like, I think, Jade, you said that, you know, everyone is going to hurt you, but you have to figure out who is worth keeping or who is worth fighting for. And I mean, growing up, I mean, hell, I've been through a lot of friends and shit, like, but I was like, oh, whatever. But I had to realize growing up, I'm like, wow, some things you just really have to, regardless of how bad it tastes or whatever, you really have to just deal with it, whether you like it or not. I'm the type of person, I never want to take what's called responsibility for shit. I don't, most of the time. But surprisingly, I've been doing good to myself. I'm like, how the hell did I get here? But I have to remember, like, everything I go through in life actually prepares you for the next step.
Yes.
You know, so if I want to get married, I can't have side chicks on the side. I can't be having flavors on the side. I can have vanilla, chocolate, and all this shit.
Oh, God.
It has to be one. But I love chocolate, though.
Me too.
It has to be chocolate. Chocolate, okay?
Okay.
A little bit.
Chocolate, that's what I can say.
Chocolate cake, chocolate.
Everything chocolate, you know. Booty pump and everything.
If I'm mad at you and you just give me chocolate, it's cool.
Oh Lord! Let me piss him off tonight and give him a chocolate cake tomorrow. But you know, I love it because like I know we all have like different opinions or different different ideas when it comes like
because
marriage.
we all have different paths. That's why we have different opinions.
Absolutely.
And we all have different minds.
But
and we all have different spirits.
But you know what I actually like about it, especially when it comes like people around me or like, you know, close people around me, I can learn from your experience and you can learn from mine.
Yeah.
Because we share it. I mean, I can know someone from the outside when I'm cool, but that doesn't mean I have to learn or share something. You know what I mean?
Of course, you never put your stuff out to everybody.
No.
Of course not.
That's why all these social media hoes and Instagram bitches are
perfect example. And people need to stop telling everybody their relationship.
Stop telling people more than they need to know. Amen.
Don't tell your relationship business. If you're in a relationship, stop telling everybody the issues that you have with your marriage or with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Y'all need to work it out with God, work it out with your church, work it out with somebody that is not negative and want to tear you apart. Because when you involve other people's opinions in your relationship,
a lot of people's opinions, that fucks it up. But I have a question for you guys. So let's say I know we are going to have our own families soon.
Amen.
And I believe in that because we've worked hard to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
So for example, if we have to deal with like issues with infidelity, how will we deal with it?
I love this. So can I go last again?
Okay.
I love
I mean,
this.
how will we deal with it?
Wayne, take it away.
Emotion, like, let's put it all together. Like, let's just be raw, open about it.
Okay, I'll be raw and open, and this is my honest answer. The old me, when I was young and naive, probably would have been like, you know, I'm going to do A, I'm going to do B, I'm going to do C, I'm going to set it off, I'm going to clown. But, you know, now that, you know, I guess I'm older, seasoned, I would probably be like, you know what? If that person took the time out to cheat, that's somebody that honestly is not meant for me. And I would just like completely shut them out and ignore them and, for lack of better words, pay them in dust. I probably would,
what kind of dust?
I probably would, desert dust. Wait, Wait, no, I take that back. Ceiling fan. But anyway, I would probably ignore them, and I would probably just like, cut them off. They would get no emotional attachment from me unless, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for saying this,